I'm here for the MLB Winter Meetings this year in San Diego. And as I was preparing for these meetings, the question that was asked to me over and over again is, what exactly goes on at the Winter Meetings? This is a good question. We're going to talk to the important people, and we're going to find out. How long have you been coming to these meetings, and how have they changed since your first one?
Well, my very first one was at the Old Town and Country Hotel in San Diego in 1985. It was cold and rainy. It was miserable. So everybody had a terrible experience and never came back to San Diego until 3 years ago. And now it's just become so big, and you used to know everybody coming to the lobby. Now you're lucky if you know 10% of the people. It's just, it's just a mad chaos every day.
To me, it looks like a lot of people standing around. What goes on here?
You know, a long time ago, Annie, before we had social media and Twitter and smartphones and all of that type of stuff, winter meetings actually mattered as far as Major League Baseball was concerned, because it was the one place where all of the general managers, all the front office executives were together in one spot. So they could talk about trades, they could talk about acquisitions, they could really work on their rosters. Well, now in the event of all these technological things that we have, so much of this is going on year-round that these winter meetings, sometimes it's just kind of a gathering to get ready for the holidays together.
It's a lot of hurry up and wait, right? Like, you've got to just kind of find people.
100% hurry up and wait. You got to get up early, you got to get over here, because God forbid something happen and you're not here in front of your camera waiting to tell the world exactly, who signed and where they went. And you're hoping that your team does something so you have something to talk about, but oftentimes you don't.
A lot of standing around out here, a lot of people kind of schmoozing.
Well, we schmoozed earlier, right? When I got here, we schmoozed.
A ton of schmoozing.
Yeah, we schmoozed, and now we're working.
It's a lot of schmoozing and working.
It's it's a lot of schmoozing and a little working, I think, for some people. But it's like the winter meetings. Really, it's a matter of convenience. You kind of have everybody in the industry under one roof, and the way the hotel's laid out here, you really only have this one long corridor here where everybody basically is, or people are up in their rooms. Teams are.
One of the keys to the winter meetings is knowing where to stock. Now, bars are important, restaurants are important, but so is the elevator bank. This is where the GMs get off the elevator, the managers get off the elevator, people are going up and down, hiding from media, trying to get to their rooms and to meetings. So this is actually a very good spot. I haven't seen a lot of baseball officials here, like not a lot of team people. It seems like everybody's hiding. Is that right? Is everyone kind of avoiding the media?
I wouldn't say we're avoiding the media. I think that there's a lot of things to get done, and throughout the day there's different meetings that we'll have with the group, internally with the organization, some other ones, MLB-wise. And then when we get a break, sometimes we try to sneak away and hide a little bit maybe. So
I can't blame you for that. Now behind me is one of the most important places of the winter meetings, and it is called the bar.
A lot of times, used to have all the general managers downstairs in the bar late at night. Now what you'll have, a few. Like last night, a bunch of Yankee people were there, Aaron Boone was there. It's 2:30 in the morning. George Brett, the Hall of Famer. So everybody's talking baseball. But a lot of the stuff, that's the best time, is from like midnight to 2:30 in the morning.
What would you say is the percentage of people that are hungover in this room on a daily basis?
Well, the late ones are usually the same people every night. When Kevin Towers was the general manager of the Padres, and he would have his suite open at night, and we'd be up there till 5 in the morning.
All right, so this place just went into a frenzy a few minutes ago. Everybody walking around saying Strasburg, Strasburg, Strasburg. Steven Strasburg was just signed to a 7-year, $245 million deal back with the Nationals, and now this place is buzzing about it. So the last 2 years, no big deals like this have happened at the winter meetings. This year, already on the first day, something a little bit different. So I guess something does happen here every once in a while. A big component of the winter meetings is finding a job. And you actually found a job at one of the previous winter meetings, right? How did that go?
Yeah, I got my first job as a baseball announcer at a winter meetings, 2003. I'm dating myself a little bit, but it was in New Orleans that year. Packed up my college dorm, flew down to the winter meetings. And I remember reading about the winter meetings, and I thought I had a scoop. I thought I had this angle that I was just going to get this job easily, but I showed up to this massive auditorium in New Orleans, and there was about 100 guys that looked exactly like me.
The lobby is just open, so anyone can kind of walk in and stalk people out, and that looks like what you're doing, Geekster. Who exactly are you trying to see at these things?
I'm just trying to see whoever, players, managers, general managers, media people. It's just a lot of fun.
San Diego earned its spot. I mean, I know it's back in the rotation, but do you think it's like earned it after that rainy one back in 1985?
Oh, absolutely. So many executives have told me, why don't we just have it in San Diego every year? So I think this has become the #1 spot now where people love coming.